Well, ever since the Las Vegas Review-Journal's investigative reporter Jeff German was stabbed to death, lawyers for the RJ and Metro have been fighting in court.
Metro took German's phones and computers the night of the murder, but the RJ claims the phones and the information on them belong to them. 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne was in court for a tense hearing today and joins us now live in studio.
Brian, Metro and the RJ are fighting a pretty vicious fight as far as constitutional court cases are concerned, but the murder defendant, Robert Tellis, is also in the mix. Tellis representing himself, and today it looked to me like he and the Review-Journal have taken sides against Metro.
What I think I'll do is I'll just circulate a draft order and give the parties an opportunity to make any objections.
Objections abound in this case.
We didn't take anything from the RJ.
But the RJ says Metro took German's devices and all his confidential sources. Metro says it's none of their business.
They're intervening in this matter when they have no standing to do so.
The standing, according to the RJ, comes from the Constitution, and the newspaper's lawyers say their right to those phones and the info on them is absolute.
We didn't even need to file all of this.
All this is all these motions, back and forth between Metro, the newspaper, and Tellis, until Tellis and the Review-Journal agreed on a proposal for who should be able to look at what's on the phones.
The Review-Journal parties and Mr. Tellis jointly submitted a request.
After that request, we captured this footage of Tellis and the RJ lawyers huddling up after court. But that didn't stop Tellis from arguing with the judge, who he'd previously tried to get removed from the case.
By the time I finally get it, I'm showing you, Your Honor, the hypocrisy.
So this argument's been going on pretty much since the night German was killed. All three sides, Tellis, the RJ, Metro, have sent in written motions, proposals, briefs, you name it. And we keep inching closer to some sort of resolution, but right now we're waiting on the judge.
Kyle, why is this essentially going on so long, and why is it getting so ugly?
Well, it started off so ugly and hasn't really gotten any better, mostly because the RJ has said Metro wasn't forthcoming about whether they reviewed the phones. It turns out they did to some degree, and it's taking so long pretty much because the judge's rulings aren't necessarily final. So she says, I think I would rule this way or that, and then if the paper, Metro or Tellis, doesn't like it, they can bring it to the Nevada Supreme Court, and that takes time.
So all this is sort of a distraction, but what about the actual murder trial? Well,
the murder trial has definitely been delayed, and this is delaying the trial. Metro says they need the phone for their investigation. The newspaper is willing to concede that point, but doesn't want them to see all of German's sources.
Okay. Kyle, thanks for that.